Hey Pisces, we are going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys, Pisces. All right, Pisces, let's see. Pisces. Pisces. All right, let's see what's up. Okay, what's at the bottom? Two of Pentacles. All right. Okay, Pisces. So let's see. You guys have the Four of Wands. This is showing up for your current energy. Okay, I feel like there's something that maybe you're focused on the celebration of something, focused on like something being like official, okay? I don't know if maybe there's not a celebration attached to whatever this is, but I do think there's a sense of something being like official or concluded, that kind of thing, okay? All right, certainly could be. I actually can't tell if this is you guys entering, like walking into something, or if you're like walking out of something, okay? Something like that. I don't know. We'll have to see what's going on here. All right, so let's see. You guys have the Seven of Pentacles. I even wonder if there's something here in your energy of like a particular wish, okay? I don't always get this energy, but sometimes I do get like with the Four of Wands, sometimes I'll get like 11-11 energy, that kind of stuff. So that could be something that maybe you're focusing on, or, you know, something like that, okay? That kind of stuff. All right, so you have the Seven of Pentacles. This is showing up in your environment. So I feel like there's maybe somebody who has possibly been working on something and has maybe seen like what has come of all that work, that kind of stuff, okay? And I also understand maybe this is somebody who is actually trying to like work around something, or trying to figure out like, should I keep pouring into this thing, or is there a different way to do this, that kind of stuff. Maybe this is like a different way to finalize something, or a different way to, I don't know, make a wish of some sort. I don't know. Let's see what, let's keep going here, Pisces. You have the Ten of Pentacles. This is showing up for your possible challenge. All right, maybe some like family issues, okay? Something about that certainly could be, or this is maybe a challenge of possibly wanting to, I kind of want to say a blended family, to be completely honest. That's not going to be for everybody, but I'm picking up some type of energy like that, okay? That kind of stuff. This Ten of Pentacles maybe is portraying like a family dynamic, or a sense of security or lack thereof in maybe something that's like well established, that kind of stuff. I even wonder if there's something here that you're maybe having a challenge in the sense of wanting to like leave your legacy, okay? That kind of stuff. Having something to pass down. I am understanding that. I'm also understanding like a particular like family secret, or a family heirloom or inheritance of some sort that maybe is presenting as a challenge, okay? That kind of stuff. So, all right, let's see what's going on here. I'm getting like something's like ingrained, and like, I don't know, and there's something about that. I'm not sure, okay? So let's see what is going on here. I gotta tell you, I'm getting like wealth off of this card, but it's showing up as a challenge. So let's see. You have the Devil card. This is showing up for your opportunity. So you have an opportunity to maybe break away from something, or you have an opportunity to possibly decide what it is that maybe you want to be like chained to. I got to tell you, sometimes this Capricorn, the Devil card here can give me like, oh, the old ball and chain. Like, it's like, sometimes I think of that as like a spouse, or even, don't get mad, okay? I'm a mom, but like, you know, sometimes like your kids, it's like, oh, like they're attached to you. It's like, you know, it's a package deal, that kind of stuff. That might be something that's going on here. So, all right, let's see what's going on. Let's get your oracle cards out. Then we're going to clarify your reading and see what's up. All right. Whoa. Six of Swords. Okay, maybe departing from something, or the way that you are. I'm getting that really literally. I'm getting that as traveling by water in the most literal friggin' way you can interpret that. Whoa, what's this? Eight of Swords. Okay. Maybe trapped, or feeling trapped in some sense. There's an energy of freedom here, I'll tell you that, okay? This Four of Wands, and then you have the Eight of Swords there. So there is something about like maybe escaping from something, or just maybe you're just in the energy of being like, we're free, we did it, like you know, that kind of thing. So all right, let's see. This is a little bit reminding me of Virgo's reading, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because Virgo's reading started out incredibly confusing, all right? And I feel like we might a little bit be there with this one too. So all right, let's see. Okay. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Justice is at the bottom. Justice is at the bottom. All right, so let's see. So you have number 21, Venus Beloved, and this is showing up for your energy here. So, okay, this Four of Wands, maybe this has something to do with maybe celebrating an anniversary with somebody, okay, that kind of stuff. But I do also understand, like, finalizing something, or something has been like official in some sense, okay? Especially with number 21, to me, that's like, yep, it's been concluded, that kind of thing, okay, wrapped up, something about that. For some of you guys, maybe you are like traveling with somebody that you friggin' love, that kind of thing, okay, certainly could be. So you have the reverse Ten of Swords, and then you have it with this Four of Wands. So I kind of feel like in the past energy, there was maybe a major betrayal of some sort, okay, like really like a major betrayal, that kind of thing. But I do think that possibly you're in the energy of working through that, or you're being like, okay, I'm finalizing that thing, or I'm freeing myself from this particular, maybe something in the past, maybe with somebody that you really loved, that kind of stuff. Maybe there was like some discrepancy there, or again, like a stab in the back, painful ending, something regarding that. I kind of feel like you've worked through this to kind of like take that pain away, or to, you know, like heal yourself in some sense, that kind of stuff. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And I do feel like you feel a sense of like, okay, I'm free from this thing. Like I like worked through that. It's official. It's done. I've moved on, you know, like walked through that door, like entered that portal, that kind of stuff. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. All right. So let's see. I'm also getting like defending somebody. I wonder if there was like a past energy here of you like defending somebody, or defending something that you really love, something that you're like, I'm actually going to fight for this, that kind of stuff, okay? I even wonder if there was something left unfinished in the past, and I wonder if now you're like, you know what, I love this enough that I'm actually going to keep going forward with this. I am going to conclude whatever this is, make something official, that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's see. Okay, so you have the reverse Two of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles upright showing up in your environment. So I think there was just like something that was friggin' out of balance, okay, that kind of thing in the past. I think that there was maybe having a hard time like taking care of this thing and that thing, like having multiple responsibilities, that kind of stuff. I even wonder if there was something in the past that you were like, dude, I've been pouring into this connection and it's just not being reciprocated, or like all the stuff that I've been putting into something here, there might be a situation where it's like that didn't really like bear like the fruit that you wanted, or, you know, whatever it is, that kind of stuff, okay? I also understand being like maybe overwhelmed, or being like, I don't even know what to work on first, what thing is going to like maybe yield the quickest results or the most surefire results in something, that kind of stuff, possibly regarding finances, certainly could be, okay? All right, so let's see what else. So, okay, for your challenge, you guys have the Champion, Achievement, and Downfall. This is showing up for your challenge. A little bit interesting. So the Champion, okay. And then you have it with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, that does feel like there's maybe some like financial something or other rolling around here, okay, that kind of stuff. Or this is just very much like 3D based, you know, very much like based in reality, that kind of stuff. So, all right. Achievement and Downfall. So Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. All right. In the past, I feel like there was some opportunity that either you gave to somebody or somebody else gave you some opportunity here. I feel like it was needed to cultivate it, put a lot of work into something, that kind of stuff. Maybe even dedicating like a whole bunch of time or energy, money, whatever the heck it is, to some situation, or to your family even, that kind of stuff, maybe receiving support. I also understand something about getting a little bit of money and then you being like, I'm going to invest it. That's what I'm saying, like investing like finances into something, that kind of stuff, or investing time, whatever it is, an investment into something, that kind of stuff. I feel like maybe the challenge is something friggin' grew out of control. I wonder if this is like having like so much success that you're like, I don't even know what to do with this. What I will say is sometimes like, okay, I do understand something about like a safety net. So here's the thing. I'm not trying to offend anybody, okay? Sometimes like pretend that you came from like a background that you just have like so much money, like that you don't even know what to do with. Sometimes that can actually be non-motivating, okay? Because if there's not really anything that you're, if you know you have a safety net, right? If you know it's like, oh, it doesn't matter because I'm always going to have like a safety net, or I know that I'm not going to be left out in the cold, or whatever it is, that can actually stunt our motivation to move forward on something. Because again, it's like, you know, like you think if you have like nothing to lose or whatever the heck it is, it's like you are forced with having to work hard for something, or you're forced with, I don't know, having to work hard on something, or being like, I need to go for this thing because there is no plan B, there is no other option, that kind of stuff. That might be something that we're talking about here. Again, I'm not like judging, or it's like no offense, nothing like that, okay? It's just a friggin' thing, all right? Okay, so if that is not really like your storyline here, then maybe it's like you were anticipating that something was going to be an achievement that you could kind of pass down, that kind of stuff. Maybe that didn't happen. I'll tell you something, the friggin' economy is wild, or that's what they say. I don't know. Either way, I mean, not for nothing. I swear to God, I think they're saying this like the first generation where like our parents have like had it easier than we do. Don't tell them because they'll deny it, okay? But like, trust me, it's 100% true. But you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. There's something like that. So all right, let's see. Okay, so I want to say like a seed, but I think that's like for finances. But I'm not financially smart enough to know what the heck that means. But like a seed of some sort, like a seed investment. I'm not sure what I'm saying here. So okay. All right, so, okay, you have the King of Swords and you have it with the Ace of Wands here for part of this challenge. So there's something about being like, I want to say really organized on something, or there's something about making sure that you were like proficient in something for like a certain level of something here, that kind of stuff. I almost want to say making sure like that you have like definitions correct, or making sure that like, I don't know, that you, maybe even talking to a financial person. I was gonna say professional person, but I swear to God, maybe this is like a financial advisor, somebody who like knows something way better than I do about whatever is going on here. You know, that kind of stuff. That might be something that is like, hey, do this to kind of like capitalize on this. It's kind of interesting. Like you have this Champion card. The sword is face down, and then on the King of Swords here, the sword is face up. So that is a little bit interesting to me. I don't know why. It just is. So all right. Okay, there also maybe is something here about being like brutally honest, or I don't want to say brutally honest, but at least maybe like, I don't know if it's really brutally honest. I think it's more so like a clarified focus level, or kind of choosing like one thing to really like harness in on and be like, okay, this is the thing that I'm gonna like put all my focus in, that kind of stuff. And maybe even being determined to like have like your own success in some area, or to be extremely proficient in one area of something here. So all right, you have the Ace of Wands here, so I feel like if anything, this is an increase in motivation. All right, achievement, downfall, maybe again, that's what I'm saying, that whole feeling of like possibly being like, well, I already have like everything that I need, or you might be in a position where everything is really comfortable. Again, that's hard to like strive for more if you're already in like a really comfortable type of place anyway, you know, that kind of stuff. So this could have something to do with like getting your motivation back up, or kind of knowing like maybe what it is that is like inspiring you, or what even motivates you. Okay, this could have something to do with like really analyzing something to figure out like a particular level of motivation, or you know, passion level, something like that. Okay, that's kind of what I'm feeling. It could also have something to do with literally just like propelling yourself forward on something, that kind of thing. You have the Chariot card. This is showing up as what to avoid. So I think this is like a balance of like control, you know, a balance of control, maybe like kind of letting somebody else like steer the boat for a minute, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. That might be part of whatever this is. But I also understand something, yeah, again, like moderating your pace with something, or making sure that something is like very much in control, that kind of thing. But I feel like I feel like there is an energy of, I can't really tell. We got to pull another card, because I'm like, I'm not sure if this is the indication of like charging towards something or not. Can we clarify this Chariot card for Pisces? What's this Chariot card for Pisces? Maybe this is just like having a friggin' strong opinion one way or another. Maybe this is like, listen, either don't go into something expecting an automatic win, or this could be, again, like not racing off to something before everything's sorted out. Okay, Three of Cups. So, okay, with the Ten of Wands at the bottom, I feel like this is just like, hey, don't take on more than like you need to, or don't kind of like go off in a direction that maybe will kind of distract you from something. It feels maybe like focusing on something that's more of a responsibility, and then getting into something that's maybe more like recreational based, or I don't know, something regarding that. Okay, that kind of stuff. So, all right. Also, maybe there's just an avoidance of a particular, of maybe a Cancer person. I feel so bad when I say like avoid this entire zodiac sign, because that doesn't make any sense, but you're going to know your personal life way better than I am, that kind of stuff. But these are both Cancer energies, so a little bit interesting. Okay, So let's see, maybe this is like make sure you're driving safely, that kind of thing. So, all right, for your opportunity, you guys have the Thief, seizing the moment, and selfishness. All right, you might be, dude, Pisces, we've had a stalker card all week, Pisces. Okay, the King of Cups has been friggin' everywhere. A little interesting, you are getting the Thief, seizing the moment, and selfishness. This might be indicative of that King of Cups energy, okay? It is showing up for your opportunity. I almost want to, or I know for sure, it showed up in Aquarius's opportunity, and literally everyone else got it as like what their avoid energy. Some signs didn't get it at all, but like the vast majority did. So, all right, the Thief, seizing the moment, and selfishness. This is showing up for your opportunity. So, I mean, I feel like you have the opportunity here to maybe be selfish a little bit, that kind of stuff, okay? Possibly that is something that is like kind of, you're giving that opportunity, or this is again just being like, okay, the champion, achievement, downfall. It's like seizing this moment, like going towards an opportunity, that kind of stuff, okay? That's kind of what I'm feeling. So, all right, you have the Five of Swords, and you have it with the Devil card. I feel like everyone's been getting the Devil card too. So this is showing up for your opportunity here. So I feel like in the past there was either you either separated yourself from the group in some way, either the way you reacted on something, or there was something here that you like used your intellect, your smarts, whatever the heck it is, to kind of like get ahead on something, or to explain your side of something, or to make sure that your point is being heard, that kind of stuff, okay? Feels like this is already like a victory. I will say it's showing up, like you have this champion achievement card showing up in your challenge. It might be that now it's like, okay, you've had a little bit of a win, now let's go for the big one, that kind of stuff, okay? That might be part of whatever this is. So, all right, you have it with this Devil card. So yes, I feel like this is maybe, I feel like this is dipping into something that you're feeling is like, okay, that's not the way that I would typically do things, or something that you're feeling like, God, that's like, I would usually take like, honestly, like the high road instead of like the low road, like that kind of stuff. I don't know, man. It feels like maybe this is like, hey, being selfish, maybe being a little bit like, I don't know, interesting in some capacity, okay, that kind of stuff. But again, it's like doing something here in order to kind of move yourself even more so forward. And again, it's definitely like capitalizing on that moment, okay, that kind of stuff. Sometimes that can be viewed as like the devil. It's like, oh my God, that's evil. Not really. If you're sticking up for yourself and you're capitalizing on a moment, or you're seizing the opportunity, that kind of stuff, I don't exactly think that that's a bad thing, especially because it feels like you might have just been moved, you might have just moved past this whole thing where like you were like healing yourself, or you maybe went through like some type of betrayal of some sort, okay, that kind of stuff, you know, or something maybe ending in a very painful way, something like that, all right, that kind of energy. So it's like with that all going on, like of course it's like kind of your turn to be like, you know, I'm going to be a little bit selfish about this, or you know, whatever the heck it is. For some of you guys, it's even like you have the opportunity to separate yourself from maybe a spouse, maybe, and I mean this in like not a permanent way, but certainly for some of you guys, maybe it's just like, you know what, I'm going to separate myself from somebody in a permanent way, okay, could be. And then again, for others of you, maybe you have a way to kind of separate yourself from like something that is like always there, or something that is like maybe that you're like very strongly attached to, that kind of stuff, okay? But I don't know, man, I really understand this as like, you're allowed to be selfish right now. You're allowed to kind of like capitalize on like momentum, that kind of stuff, you know? I don't know. That's what I'm feeling. So, okay, you have the Lovers card, and then you have it with the Six of Pentacles here. So I do feel like there's something about making a concrete choice on something, or making the decision that is like, you know what, that's the one that's in harmony with you. That's the one that is going to like bring in the results that you want. I will also say, like, you have this Venus Beloved card, and then you have now the Lovers card. For some of you guys, it's like, it's almost like absence. You know, they say absence makes the heart grow stronger, that kind of stuff. That might be part of whatever the heck this is, okay, that kind of stuff. Maybe like realizing like how much you really desire a certain thing, or whatever it is, okay? It could be that energy of like, you know what, here's my moment, like I do really want this. This thing is really in alignment with me, whatever the heck it is, or this particular person, that kind of stuff, okay? Certainly could have something to do with that. All right. So, okay, it could also be like making sure that something is like really on like, I want to say like even playing field, or, you know, that there's like reciprocity back and forth, that kind of stuff, okay? That's what I'm feeling, especially you have the Six of Pentacles there. That to me is kind of like making this a choice in love, or making like a concrete decision, that kind of stuff that maybe is like one that is like very like harmonious, or that, you know, again, is more in alignment with whatever it is that you want. I feel like that's kind of bringing in this reciprocity, or bringing in a sense of either somebody who is like very much sure, like, you're the person I want to dedicate to, you're the person I want to like pour into, or I want to have this connection with you, that kind of thing. Again, this could be maybe a personal journey, that kind of situation. That could be it too. And it could be like, make the choice on what feels like the best thing, or feels like the least amount of friction, that kind of stuff, and then pour into that. Make an active choice to be like, yep, that's what I'm selecting this thing, or I'm doing that, because there's that back and forth reciprocity. So, all right, you have the reverse Empress card. This is showing up for what to avoid. I would say avoid playing it small. Avoid like going for like the lesser win as opposed to the bigger win, that kind of thing. That's absolutely, I mean, I'm definitely understanding that message. So it's like striving for something more, that kind of stuff. All right. And I want to say, it's like, yes, maybe being a little bit selfish, but that could be just like, hey, avoid trying to like help every single person else like get their stuff up and running if you're feeling like depleted on your own. If you're feeling like, well, that's actually like, now that's like like you're betraying yourself almost, you know, that kind of thing. That's what I'm feeling. All right. So, okay, so that's what I have for you guys. I hope that this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff, Pisces. If not, you could check your other placements, and I'll see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.